Everybody, welcome to the weekly Q&A. I'm Julie Hoffman, if we haven't met, and I want to share some info that I have from the past week. So I had coaching clients, two meetings with coaching clients, and one of them actually just got a house. She takes possession on Friday. She did such an amazing job. It was a bit of a journey. She had just a few kind of false starts. I don't mean that in a negative way. She just thought she was ready, wasn't quite ready. Um, Kept trying, kept at it, kept going. Hey, Rosine, good to see you here. And we're talking about Allie's getting her first house on Friday. Did just an amazing job. So exciting. And can you hear me okay? Okay, good. Awesome. And so she's amazing. That's happening. And what she's doing is she's moving out of her old house and buying and moving in to this rental property. And so this enables her to put pretty low money down, get upgrades that the bank will pay for. It's called Purchase Plus Improvements. She's already got the basement suite rented, and now she's looking for a tenant for her house that she moved out of. So now she essentially has a principal residence, one rental property door, and another rental property door. So she's gone from one to three. She's 3x this thing, 3x her portfolio. And she was asking me some questions because she's already got some interest in her house that that's going to be available in a couple of weeks. And one thing that I mentioned to her that I need to add to my landlord training is when somebody applies and you think they might be a really good candidate, but you want to make extra sure. And in this case, this is a kind of it's a new journey into landlording for her. And so she's nervous, and it's understandable because it's a huge responsibility, especially in places that have super strict landlord-tenant rules, which in her area, they're pretty strict. Where I live in British Columbia, pretty strict. Alberta is like heaven for landlords. It's a pretty great place to be a landlord. Anyway, one thing you can do, a couple things that you can do to kind of make that extra step in feeling better about the choice that you're making is you could approach the applicant and say, if you've never been a landlord before, but it's been recommended to me that I actually come and see your place just to see, just to make sure that we're going to be a fit. Do you foresee that being an issue? And if somebody absolutely refuses to show you where they currently live, then that might be a red flag. Somebody that says, "Oh no, you're absolutely welcome. Come on over," then that just in and of itself, can show that they are probably, if they're proud to show you their house, then they're probably a good candidate. Now, you know, sometimes people need a couple of days to straighten up or a day to straighten up. That's fair enough. Keep that in mind. If somebody outright refuses, then I would be a little bit worried. The other thing that you can do, if you don't want to go quite that far, but I think it's perfectly acceptable to, I definitely, you get their address in their application, or at least you should. Drive by their house and see how it looks on the outside, because chances are if somebody's not taking care of the inside, they're probably not taking care of the outside either. So those are just a couple of things that you could do to make extra sure that you're walking into a good situation, or at least doing everything that you can to make sure that you do. We can all make mistakes. Even myself, boy, in the last 6 years, I had this one person. They really snuck through, and I beat myself up for it sometimes. And but you know what? You either win or you learn. So we'll go with that for now. I also have this wonderful quote that I heard. So I may pause just a little bit just to go look it up. I saw it on the Spicy Real Estate podcast, and it just totally hit home for me today. So I'm going to see if I can find it while I'm looking at these other notes that I've got here. Any questions? Christine, what's been going on with you? Give us an update.
Oof, not a heck of a lot, really. Um, yeah,
Having
I
a good
mean, so
summer
much
though? You're having a
terrible.
good,
Yeah,
I've seen you're having a good summer?
definitely, definitely. Yes.
Good.
Trying to get out, enjoy the weather. Been to the lake a couple of times, which has been really good. So,
That's
yeah, yeah.
awesome.
Thank
That's
you.
totally
Yeah, it's been
awesome.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
You better not be beating up on yourself. You're not doing that,
No,
are you?
no.
Okay, good.
You know me too well.
Maybe you are. Maybe you are. But you know what? There's always tomorrow. I was talking about, I think I was talking about this last time. Or I'm definitely gonna talk about it at our next OREG event in September. We have a virtual event too, by the way, that I'll tell you a little bit about. Um, and that is you're not in competition with anybody. The only person you're in competition with is your version of yourself yesterday.
Mhm,
Or you
mhm,
know what? If you're doing worse than you were yesterday, then hey, how am I doing compared to this time last year? And
mhm.
chances are, and I know you, Christine. I know that you are. I know your journey. I know your journey, and I know.
Mhm.
Yeah, last year you were here, and now I know you're here
Yes,
for a
yes,
fact. So I
yes.
hope you can at least go back to that, and anybody listening to this or watching this can too. I have a microphone. It's this blurry thing right here. I'm so
Oh,
excited. I hope that everybody is
cool.
getting a little better sound. I'm excited to listen to the recording. Got it set up today. Pretty psyched.
Sounds great.
I'm not, I don't have Facebook Live going today, and I have a great excuse. And this is what it is. I got to babysit my grandson. And it's funny
Nice.
with babies, because I've had five. This time of night, it's like the witching hour for babies. At least was
Hmm.
for all five of mine. Starting at around 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, they would start to get kind of jumpy and squirrely. And so it's such a privilege, it's such a gift, such a blessing for me to be able to go hang out with him, give mom and dad a little bit of a break because I think they've got a little bit of a night ahead of them. And he had a good solid hour sleep. And then I like while he was sleeping, put my makeup on, combed my hair.
Oh, I love
And
it.
here we are. And guess what got left out? The Facebook Live. So I'm posting it on Facebook though, so so all is good. I had another coaching client. Yes, Wes, doing a great job, and he just became a new dad. This is his fourth, and he also made. Did you know that, Christine?
No, I didn't know
Yes.
that. Oh, that's so awesome.
I
I'll
don't know
send
if
them a
I'm supposed to
message.
tell everybody, but here we are.
Oh, I'll send him a message. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a really good guy and
Hmm.
doing all the things, he's got all the things that are juggling and working on his presentation. I can tell you, same thing with him. Like this time last year, he didn't even have a presentation. We just reviewed it. We're gonna have a little coaching call after this tonight, and I can't wait to see what he's done with his version of last week. Because last week was a
Hmm.
9.5 out of 10, I tell you.
Nice.
You
He's
know what
doing
I'm talking
amazing
about,
though.
Christine, because your
Yeah.
presentation is amazing. So,
Well, and he practiced with me a couple of months ago, and he was already doing really, really well. So
yeah. Oh, you
yeah,
should see it. Good
yeah.
stuff. It's
Oh,
good stuff.
that's so good. Good.
And a couple of things came up in the presentation. This particular property that he's offering doesn't have much cash flow. That said, it's a no bank qualify opportunity and
Right.
it's 20% down. And so again, no bank qualify, which is something that
Yeah.
can be extremely hard to obtain these days, especially for rental properties. Plus it's turnkey, plus he's rebuilt it from the studs. So he understands all the guts of the house and he's a tradesman.
Yeah.
So, he understands the framing and the plumbing and the electricity and just all of the things, the inner workings of the property. So there's a tremendous amount of value there. That said, after setting aside for reserve fund, there is no cash flow. It takes
Hmm.
care of itself though. And in his presentation, he said, "Well, there's not any cash flow in this property." And then he moved on to the next thing that he was going to talk about. So one of the things that I suggested with him was rather than say there's no cash flow in this property, I prefer to put it this way. This property takes care of itself and it
Hmm.
has a building reserve fund
Yeah.
and we'll raise rents every opportunity that we can.
Yeah.
And if we have a vacancy come up, then we can raise rents on changeover. And,
Right.
give it a positive, try to give it a
Always.
positive highlight.
Yeah.
And at the same time, within presentation, and I know you know presentations and how to do them properly, and so does he. There's always a there's always a slide that talks about risks, that things can go
Yeah.
badly, that something could happen with the tenant, something could happen with the property, something could happen with you, something could happen with me, something could happen with the economy, Trump, tariffs, Israel, all the things. So
Yeah.
you always do talk about that. At the same time, there's ways to turn a phrase
Yeah.
that can still that can be accurate and at the same time sound better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just one thing I wanted to touch on. And then now I have been working with this really cool builder. His name's Andre. And he has some properties available and he's going to make them available as lease options. And I just want to show you some highlights about the properties. I don't know if I'm going to be able to cover everything that it deserves, but I want to give everybody a bit of a preview. So these are townhouse units in a fourplex in the Landmark area. So if you don't know Kelowna all that well,
Hmm.
it's it's a little bit east of Gordon, which is Highway 97. It's the main thoroughfare going through Kelowna. And kind of there's an overhead bridge that people always cross when they're coming through
Hmm.
Kelowna. That is if you've actually been here. And it's in a very good area. It's in an
Yeah.
area that is really up and coming. And actually, there used to be just one pedestrian bridge, and now they actually have two. And it's kind of in the area of both. And so that's really great because whenever you're in the vicinity of something that's called a transportation improvement, it always makes values go up. So this new pedestrian bridge is for bikes and walkers, and people that are walking. Yes, of course, people with walkers can walk on it too. But again, it's a transportation improvement. So
Hmm.
it's in a really fantastic area of Kelowna, very, very rentable. They are two bedroom with three bath, and they have all kinds of really neat amenities.
Hmm.
You can get into these properties without having to qualify for financing. You can have a 5-year term. The rental rate is $3,800, which is it's a little bit high. It's higher than what you might pay for rent
Hmm.
in another property similar to it. That said, when you are able to pay that rent, then you're able to uh, basically practice what you need in order to be able to afford living in that kind of property. So it's
Hmm.
helping you get set up for this type of opportunity.
Hmm.
It's basically helping a person practice to become a homeowner.
Hmm.
And so with that opportunity can come a price tag. Okay? So please keep that in mind. Also, they are two bedrooms. So, a professional couple could much more easily afford it, or somebody that wants to maybe rent out a bedroom or rent out a bedroom to a couple, because again, there are more than enough bathrooms. Again, it's in a great area. they're brand new buildings, so they've got homeowner's warranty. So there should be very little when it comes to any kind of repairs that are needed. And so I'm just going to show you some pictures. So I just need everybody to be patient real quick while I pause and find these photographs. I thought I had them ready. I don't have them ready, but that's okay.
So that's Milo's fault,
Sweet little Milo.
but it's okay. Yeah.
It's okay, right, guys? Yeah.
Such a sweetheart. Oh my
Oh, he
God.
is a sweetheart. He's an absolute, it is like, it is so much fun. Okay, so here we go. And I hopefully I can go from picture to picture to picture. Yes, I can. Yay! And I will now
So
share my screen. Yes, I'm narrating. I'm narrating my actions as I go.
can I ask a quick question?
Yes, please do.
Um, so the 3,800 rent, does that include a lease option payment or that's just the rent?
That is just the rent.
Okay. Okay.
Saving for further down payment is the responsibility of the tenant buyer. Now,
Okay.
and I know you know this because we created that lease option training together, and that is the
Yeah.
best way to set a tenant buyer up for success. And let me tell you why.
Yeah.
It is because tenant buyer needs to save money on their own because at some point a bank is going to say, okay, I need to have a look at these people. Oh, look,
Hmm.
they've diligently saved over the last 5 years. I like these people. They're savers. They're disciplined about their money. And some people, eh, some people set up lease options where they take a payment and they apply some of it toward the purchase price. And folks, it just doesn't work when you go to get financing. It makes it extremely difficult. So I highly, highly, highly recommend that you keep in mind that yes, you've got a substantial payment, and you've also got dibs, for lack of a better word. Hold on 2 seconds. You've got dibs on this place. So if it goes up in value, you're going to be sitting in a very, very good position. In addition to
Hmm.
that, it gives you incentive to save. It gives you incentive to have discipline when it comes to your finances. There are all kinds of benefits to buying this way. So anyway, I started for some reason with the bike storage. It's not that exciting, but it's bike storage. It's got a whole fix it area here if you want to fix your bike. It's secure. You can lock your bikes up. And it's included in the underground parking, secured underground parking. This is a place where if you're out mountain biking, you can wash your bike and again
Wow.
fix it up over here. You could also wash your dog or your kitty cat.
Hmm.
It'd be a great
That's
place
what I
to do
thought it
that.
was actually.
Oh, you thought it was a dog wash?
Yeah.
Yes, you are a dog lover. I know that about
I
you.
am a dog lover.
Yeah, so some people, that's where their minds will go right to. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's super convenient. You can get things, all kinds of things taken care of.
Right.
This is the common area, so it's there for people
Wow.
to enjoy. You can reserve it. They have this wonderful, beautiful common area. It's this close to Capri Center. The lake
Hmm.
is over here, just to show you. I mean, you can see the lake from here. Of course, it's on a drone, but it's really quite close. Definitely within walking distance, and everything is within biking distance.
Hmm.
Everything is very, very close by. This is the kitchen area and a little bit of the living room. As you can see, it's got a
Hmm.
staircase going upstairs. Uh, Up down washer dryer in the upstairs area. Just another shot of the front door. Jack and Jill sinks, which is so
Wow.
popular. This might be too much information for everybody. I don't
Hmm.
even have Jack and Jill sinks. I'm in a 1990s house. My husband and I just have one sink. We've made it work somehow. But let me tell you, there have been moments where I really wish I had my own sink. Beautiful master bedroom. As you can see, it's got air conditioning
Nice.
already in there. This is outside common area, so you can have barbecues. It's attached to it's attached to the inside common area. Again, great place to have socials or get-togethers. Secured underground parking and parking for two. That is absolutely huge because in that area, more and more densification is coming. So more and more cars are coming. And
Mm-hmm.
having to depend on parking on the street is definitely a thing. So you get two underground, secure underground parking spots. This is the guest bedroom, also with air conditioning, and it's got a four-piece bath right next door. So it's kind of like it's attached. So it's just not technically. So those are just some of the features that are in this property. It's so pretty. It's such a great opportunity. Um, it's it's the right fit for the right person. It's not going to be for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
If you're somebody who is ready to start their home ownership journey and you've got an open mind on how to do that, and you've got a way to find $15,000, like maybe through a line of credit or even a gift from your parents or even a loan. The nice thing about lease options is it doesn't really matter where your down payment comes from. We don't want you stealing it or anything untoward like that. Uh, but banks require have really, really strict requirements. So
Yeah.
what this enables you to do is to have your down payment in there. It gets held by a lawyer in trust for the entire 5 years in an interest-bearing account, and you've got 5 years to save the money that you need for the rest of the 5% down to work however many jobs you need to in order to get more and more income, and you have more than enough time to set yourself up for success. And I can say firsthand, as somebody who I bought my own home that I'm in right now, the one without the Jack and Jill sinks that we talked about. Um, I bought my own home this way, and
Yeah.
I actually never would have moved to Kelowna in the first place had I not been given the opportunity for home ownership because I just knew a lot about real estate and I knew that that was something that I needed as far as a priority for myself. And I could tell you the carrot at the end of the stick, whenever I made choices along the way, was always what was always in the back of my mind is this going to get me closer to me buying my house or not? And
Mm-hmm.
that's not as real when you're renting and then going out shopping for a house that's on the market. It's much different when you're already living there and you've already picked it and you've already taken care of it and you've already fallen in love with it and you get along with your neighbors and you love your community and you like that you know how, you know where the parks are, you know where the schools are. It's very, very special. So if that sounds like something that you want to have more of a conversation about, then please reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you about it. Um, and I really do hope that this is a good fit for a few folks in Kelowna. There's only four of them. So keep that in mind too. So I just wanted to show you those. I'm going to be talking more about those in weeklies to come. And I'm likely going to be incorporating into it like a lesson. Okay. I'm going to show you an aspect of the opportunities, teach a lesson about it so that you can take it with you no matter what. I don't always want this to feel like a sales pitch. I want you to feel like you learned something when you finish watching this or finish listening to this. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And I found the quote that I was looking for. So I'm going to finish off with this. But first, before I do, uh, Christine, do you have any questions?
No, no, not at all. I think that's great. I love that. I might have to talk to you about that place.
Well, I'll tell you, Christine, step two of this is step one is we're going to get qualified tenant buyers, and they have to
Hmm.
meet a very pretty strict threshold. I'll just be
Yeah,
really upfront about that right now.
yeah.
Step two is to get at least people who want to be investors in this type
Yeah,
of program. And
yeah,
the nice thing about it is we'll already have qualified tenant buyers in place.
right,
So it'll be
right.
a pretty turnkey type of an opportunity. And I know that that's something that you're really interested in. So
Yeah,
we'll definitely
nice.
talk, okay?
Okay.
Now, here is the quote. I keep going to it and then losing it. It navigates away. So this is from Sal Barbara, who, if you don't know Sal, Sal is the leader of the Spicy Real Estate podcast. He's got a partner. I forget his name. Really great guy, though. Really great guy from
Hmm.
Saskatchewan. Sal's in Toronto, and his business partner is in Saskatchewan. Kind of opposite ends of the spectrum, right? And this is what it says. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. So
Mm,
keep that in mind
yeah.
when you are when you're out there, especially if you find yourself having struggles or feeling like you have failed in some way. Make sure that you keep that in mind because there's no big successful person out there who has not failed. Some people choose to talk about it, some people don't. Hey, whatever, that's fine. And if there's somebody out there that is hugely successful and they've never failed, then that probably means that uh, they're going to fail at some point. Happens to anybody that takes a certain amount of action.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway, uh,
Awesome.
anything else before we hop off?
Nope, this is great, Julie. Thank you, as always. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for being here. And thanks. We
Yeah,
had a couple of other folks pop in. June, hi June, and Christine. This is great. Awesome.
awesome.
So
All right.
if anybody is wanting to get in touch with me, go to my scheduling link that'll be around here. And of course, as always, if you want access to all of my free real estate investment tools, then click on the link around here as well. And for anybody that's listening, if you can't see it, it's streetsmartdiva.com/free tools or streetsmartdiva.com/book to schedule with me. Okay? All right,
Awesome.
everybody. We'll see you
Okay.
next
Have a
time.
great one. Say hi to us for me.
We'll do. Thanks,
Okay.
Christine. Good to see you, bud.
Bye.
Bye.